Hi everyone, welcome to our final lecture in Services Marketing, MKT 561, where I'm looking at the Customer Relation Management function as it relates to Services Marketing. What's Customer Relation Management? Well, it's simply defined in the text and by the Services Marketing researcher Gronrus to establish, develop and commercialize long-term relationships. So obviously this is a very important part of Services Marketing. So some of the issues then in customer service marketing, we tend to talk about customer lifetime value. In other words, the value is first in attracting a customer where there's a growth strategy, but there's a cost in gaining new customers. Then selling to a customer, increasing the value of existing customers, or part of this as well. And then also servicing customers, additional services may be provided or needed to be provided to retain customers. Recall in lecture, I think it's 7, where we talked about self-service strategies. And really the return on self-service strategies, which are talked in your book, aren't always cheaper, but they're used to retain customers, because if you don't provide good online banking services, which is the example there, you're unlikely to retain customers. So this is often a part of this approach. So here's an example of attracting and selling to a customer, which is the Shangri-La hotels with their offers, and they can track, of course, the behaviour online to newsletters to understand their changing needs and behaviour. So firstly, to recognise whether you've joined, whether you've gone to a Shangri-La hotel or you're part of their membership program, and also to market future offers to you. Some of the strategies, of course, loyalty programs you're probably familiar with. These include things like the Flybuys campaigns and so on, the velocity points from Virgin Airlines and so on. Pricing by segment and customer type. There's a very nice statistic in the book that by reducing fees on dishonoured fees or reducing them, the US banks found that they increased customers by 0.2%. Why that doesn't sound a lot, if you're a large bank, that's quite a significant part. So many banks, many services offer different pricing by different segments and customer types to attract them because they're more profitable. Customer satisfaction, of course, is another important key aspect. Very hard to build customer retention strategies without measuring and dealing with customer satisfaction. The last one is commitment, and here this goes a bit wider than whether a customer is satisfied, because they may be satisfied but be quite happy to switch. Commitment is looked at in two terms: whether the customer believes they're getting a good deal, so we call that calculative, so what are they putting in or what are they getting out. And the last one, which is really important, is affect, or whether the customer feels valued or whether the customer feels happy with the provider. So it's possible that I may not be happy with my bank, it provides a good service, because I think a lot of banks are quite dishonest. And so that then means that my commitment to a particular bank might be low. And it's hard to build a customer retention strategy around that. This sort of explains why the National Australia Bank ran a campaign recently here in Australia, for those who are listening, about we're leaving the banks. And really that is aimed at commitment of an affective type. So Flybuys, as you can see, and Coles are using Flybuys here to help build up customer loyalty. Of course, you get a lot more information about customers because you're tracking their purchases, their behaviours, along with more than if you just when they're visiting the store. You can, of course, position particular offers for these kinds of people and hopefully get them to trade up. Now, there are a number of course applications, technological applications. Websites might be familiar, touchscreens, mobile phone applications now. So, for example, the Uber application, the application for Netflix, the application for Amazon, the application for, what's another really good one? Just look at my mobile phone. I've got a whole stack of them here. Let's have a look. So, ABC Radio, cinema applications, all these can be used to help build up a customer relationship database. Emails, incredibly, believe it or not, if they're well targeted, are also quite useful because you can be delivering information around a particular date. Okay, And of course, mobile phone applications are becoming particularly useful now because with your mobile phone, we can track where you are. So we can target loyalty schemes or offers when you're near a point of purchase. Also, don't forget the person in all this. You've got to know your individual customer and their requirements, particularly if they're high net worth customers. You should be personalising your offers and talking to them as a human being. Online data, of course, can help with customer relationship programs, and the Commonwealth Bank and many banks these days, through their online websites and through interactions we have through that and linking it through social media and with the advent of big data, can help develop pretty good customer relationship programs. Allow consumers a chance to engage with the organisation at a deeper level. So if I'm really interested in engaging with wine at a deeper level and I want to perhaps talk to various wine producers, a customer relationship application through a provider like Within Wine will help do that. Organisations start to learn what services and features consumers want. So Mason know, I have a pretty good idea what kinds of services I use, as do iiNet with broadband services, as does Netflix. So Netflix, by you interacting with it with a thumbs up, thumbs down, with a profile, can start to target services that are more attractive to me as a consumer. That's pretty brief, but that's it for now. There's quite a lot more, of course, in this topic, and thank you for joining me for Services Marketing. I hope you have a really enjoyable life. Thank you. Bye.